Tonight on Cheap Seats.
That's totally child endangerment. Yeah, his father should be locked up for wearing that shirt. She's caking it on. I've seen less makeup at a drag show. I'm almost free. I'm almost free. Just one more. Damn it. Could that ribbon be any longer? It's like a wedding train. From the wedding she'll never have. Why isn't there a triple crown for harness racing? Because that would be like having a triple crown for sleeping. Hey, welcome to Cheap Seats, the show that has inexplicably driven a wedge between brothers Sam and Carl Malone. On the program today, we'll delve into the rough and tumble worlds of frog jumping, cat shows, and harness racing in an effort to explore the wonderful and at times creepy relationship between people and their pets. Putting your pet on display for your friends and family is one thing. Annoying. Entering them into a televised sports competition for your own gain is a completely different thing. Selfish. I mean, come on. Will Senior Frog need therapy if he turns in a subpar jump? Will Mittens really care if she comes in third or fourth place in the kitty judging contest? And should a horse really be considered a pet? We'll attempt to answer some of these questions, but we'll probably just end up cracking wise on some low-rent stage moms and dads who are trying to pimp their pets. And we'll kick it all off with some frog jumping. Sounds like Parliament, if they were air supply. I think the frogs are jumping to get away from this music. Yeah. Easy there, Bobby Knight. You gotta coach him first, then hit him. Go get him, Uncle Jesse. My frog's dead. Wait, rewind it. Did that guy... Yeah, that's what the frog jumpers all call putting the old key in the ignition. I'm almost free. I'm almost free. Just one more. Damn it.
Hello, I'm Hughes Rudd. And those
remember when old people were on TV? A lot.
Exactly. Nor are they having temper tantrums. No, they're just part of the big Calaveras County Fair, which has a little bit of everything in it for everybody, from cotton candy to handicrafts.
Which means the only people left out are non-artistic diabetics.
It's all just as American as apple pie and six-shooters.
Six-shooters? Yeah, way to represent the violent side of America, Hughes. Yeah, it was like he said, it's as American as hot dogs and machetes. Yeah, you know, like baseball and bazookas. It's as American as popcorn and Charlton Heston. Because nothing goes better with dessert than a loaded weapon under Moses's pillow.
If you show up at the big frog jumping contest without a frog, or if some devious competitor has stolen your frog, which has been known to happen.
People get frog jacked?
Let a frog here at this booth.
Is this kid squeezing the life out of that frog? He's going all Spreewell on him.
But John Hand doesn't drive all the way from Oregon.
Don't you think that calling these guys jockeys is a bit demeaning to real jockeys? I think calling these guys jockeys is a bit demeaning to lawn jockeys.
And frogs seem to take him seriously.
Unfortunately, most human beings do not.
Rowing around that pond, and in spite of that special rapport he has with frogs, he didn't win.
What kind of special rapport does he have with his frogs? You don't want to know, brother.
And that wasn't quite good enough.
Yeah, eat it, kid. Eat it. Stuff your fat little face.
Damn. That's the trouble with the younger generation. No compassion.
Way to alienate your audience, Rudd. Not a lot of blue hairs watching frog jumping. Freeze it. She does kind of look like B. Arthur in Estelle Getty's body.
Ramon, California, who's a member of...
She's taking a mulligan on that jump.
...championship team, and she's obviously a frog jockey who knows how to lay them down and get them going.
Are we still talking about frog jumping?
From her pit crew, looked like she could scare a frog right out of Calaveras County and clear over to Oakland.
Hughes really knows how to work the ladies.
To find out if you really do have a champ on your hands, literally.
That font is called Times Redneck.
But of course, the ability to stand up under that kind of pressure is the difference between talent and genius.
The difference between talent and genius is a lot further than any of these frogs can jump.
18-foot 6-inch jump. Astounding.
This is just like that sitcom, Baby Bob. No, My Two Dads.
A little odd anywhere but in Calaveras County.
Someone please call Child Protective Services.
Baby named Eric Fritz, who got a little...
Is that the baby from Train Spotting? Because it's freaking everyone out.
I'd have known what was going on when that frog came out of the little frog hotel, as those boxes are called.
And the frog pound goes wild. Frog pound?
Watching Captain Kangaroo. Harry
That's totally child endangerment. Yeah, his father should be locked up for wearing that shirt.
But the Newshawks figured there wasn't much point in trying to interview a
I beat a baby, y'all. I beat a baby. I'd like to thank my pit crew, my husband, Harvey Weinstein. I beat a baby.
Triple Crown, except for a moment there.
See, I have a really hard time calling those people athletes. Yeah, frog jumping is just a notch above the Japanese sport of screaming, true. But like the caber toss in the Highland Games, frog jumping was the cornerstone of the lesser-known Twain Games. Sadly, though, the Twain Games died a horrible death when it tried to update itself for a younger, hipper demographic. Yeah, extreme fence painting is just extremely boring.
Yeah. Coming up on Cheap Seats.
What do you want from me? I'm 3. Go make your own filler.
Siamese and the short hairs.
Yeah, that's what I said, dude. You sweating me? Mommy, make him stop talking to me. Hey, welcome back to Cheap Seats. True story. Frog jumping announcer Hughes Rudd used to tell reporters he once owned a Maltese cat farm in Texas and milked the cats every day on little stools. Okay, here are my issues with that little factoid. Number 1, why would reporters ever interview Hughes Rudd? Number 2, what possible question would elicit that type of response? And number 3, why would you need a little stool to milk a cat? Couldn't you just do it on your lap? Well, either the man was Gaylord Fokker's uncle or some kind of a prophet, because without knowing it at the time, he provided us with a perfect transition to our next event, the 1992 San Francisco Cat Show. Neurotic Single Women Unite!
Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Cusick, and welcome to
Joan and John Cusack's older cat-enthused brother.
Working along with me on the show.
Are they getting wet?
Joan, welcome.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
Keith Hernandez?
Now, Joan is also an all-breed licensed judge. She's a member of the board of the Cat Fanciers Association.
Because Cat Lovers Association wasn't elitist enough?
150 shows throughout the entire country, but this stop here in the Bay Area certainly is a major stop along the tour.
Well, Kevin, we call this a campaigners show. This is the
Campaigners show? Ugh, you just know that Ralph Nader's cat is going to steal the votes away from the Democratic cat.
Place for the people to be if they really want to exhibit their cat for a top national win.
I like cats.
She looks like a catcher's mitt. Yeah, Yogi Berra's.
Dogs. We used to show dogs.
This is our first cat show. We're new to the area, and we...
Yeah, because whenever I go somewhere new, the first thing I do is seek out the local cat show.
Different types or kinds.
I really like cats, and I can't have one at home, so I come here to look at them.
Aww.
My husband's allergic to cats. And so unless I decide to get rid of him, I'm going to be catless for a while.
What does she mean for a while? Does she plan on being single again soon? Either that or she's tipping a homicide.
Or less allergic to those.
Well, I'm just amazed at the kind of arrangements that they have for the cats in their cages, you know.
They're much nicer cages than the one we have at home for Tyler here, but Gene and I only put them in there when we need some quiet time.
The cages are wood and glass and very elaborate.
It's a lot of space here today, so you can really, move around and...
Translation, nobody comes to cat shows.
Get a good seat.
Do you like cats?
Yeah.
And
what do you want from me? I'm 3. Go make your own filler.
Siamese cat.
tell me about the show. Do you like the show?
Yeah.
Well, this is how Mayim Bialik was discovered. And ironically, how she ended up alone and confused at a cat show.
Siamese cats and some short hairs.
Siamese and the short hairs.
Yeah, that's what I said, dude. You sweating me? Mommy, make him stop talking to me.
Yeah.
The Shiba Select-A-Cat
Ah!
is designed to
That guy's more Vulcan than Calcan.
decide which pet may be most suited to their lifestyle.
He looks like Dennis Erickson and Bob Barker's skin.
You have to groom your cat. That would decide whether or not one of the Persians would be suitable for your life.
No. It's long hair. The answer is long hair.
We discussed the number of people in your family, the size of your house, how much time do you have to spend with the cat.
Okay, dude. You just have to touch it. You don't have to rub the whole screen down.
Cats might be best suited and most easily adjustable to be at your home.
Regularly. The following question.
Regularly, well, that would mean...
So wait, short hair, stocky, very active, independent, only needs to be groomed once a month. Are they talking about Fernando Vina?
People will your cat have each day?
Well, we won't.
Yeah, I don't want to actually spend time with my pet. That's why I'm getting a cat.
But if you're away a lot, consider getting 2 cats.
Are those Siamese cats? Well, they are connected.
This will help each cat feel comfortable. If you have children living with you, how old is the youngest?
No children, no children. I hate kids, okay? There, you made me say it.
Do you
No
already
children,
have a pet
no,
cat
nope.
or
There really is nothing more exciting than watching someone go through the touch screen prompts on a computer.
Allergic
Shiba
reaction.
Select-A-Cat is processing your response.
This is hidden video captured by the mouse's parents. That cat is definitely going to lose its nanny license.
Time and care from you.
Now, I picked, on the Select-A-Cat, I picked the cat was stocky, was one of the categories. The Tonkinese doesn't look too stocky to me.
Well,
He likes big cats and he cannot lie.
she's a little girl. Hold your hands out.
All right, just like that.
Darius Rucker? Hootie!
Okay, it is stocky. Tonkinese may still be a category.
Let's go back to that video game where you select your cat. It's unnecessary, boring, and totally worthy of a breakdown.
Thanks, guys. Now, what we have here is a failure to entertain. Like John Clayton in a comedy sketch, it's just a bad idea. Now, let's break down where it all went wrong. Number one, it was way too long. In the first 5 seconds, we get the point. It's a computer dating service for cat owners and cats. On a cooking show, they never make you wait for something to bake. Just pull out the pre-ordered cat, pull it right out of the computer, and move on. Number two, this guy has no idea how to use a computer. It's a touch screen, and he's rubbing it like he wants to take it home. And if we've learned anything from the short circuit movies, it's that humans and computers just don't mix. And number three, you're really just watching a guy work on his computer. The only thing that would have saved the bit was if the cat in heat broke free and mauled him. The whole thing was tacked on, far from compelling, and played out like every final scene of Doogie Howser, MD. Minus the drama, of course.
Up next on Cheap Seats.
Is that cat wearing a coffee filter?
We clean inside the little ears just like you would your baby.
If your baby was being judged in a baby show.
Like cornstarch.
Yeah, just like you'd put cornstarch in your baby's eyes. Hey, welcome back to Cheap Seats. Now, as far as pets go, cats have sort of cornered the market on apathy. They don't seem to care about anything. My question to you, Jay, is this. As human beings, are we really that different? Well, there's only one way to find out, Rand.
Just the facts. Do you care?
Do you care that Virginia Deloney of Jackson, Wyoming left a $200,000 trust fund for her 2 cats? Do you care that Helen Logie Stewart left $427,000 to the cats of her hometown of Rio Rancho, New Mexico? Do you care that Pat Kerrigan donated more than $1 million to Michigan State University to establish an endowed chair in feline health? Feline health, which, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't that Sean Respert's major and Jeff Smoker's minor? Well, it's getting catty up in here a little bit. A little bit.
Then we trim the little ears and we look inside.
Is that cat wearing a coffee filter?
We clean inside the little ears just like you would your baby.
If your baby was being judged in a baby show.
Corner of the eye, the nose.
It's a cute cat. Yeah, well, you should see her without her makeup. She looks like this.
Disguising things like cornstarch.
Yeah, just like you'd put cornstarch in your baby's eyes.
Just sort of whiten out these little yellow
No, that's Neosporin.
As she grows, they'll get better. But this is her first show, so she's just practicing at this, you know.
And don't be surprised if she scratches your eyes out after the competition. Creepy.
Little makeups we can do for our little whites.
And she's caking it on. I've seen less makeup at a drag show.
And then, that's
I wonder what the cat's thinking.
We get our tummy. We make sure our tummies look.
Please stop saying tummy.
Just always look underneath there. I don't know why.
Judy Lawson is the owner of this cat. Bicolor.
Somebody's a little overdressed, don't you think? Well, what do you wear to a cat show? I don't know. A disguise?
The white on the head, that's desirable. The balance of white and black is excellent on this.
Just like those scrumptious cookies we love so much. Crowd's going wild. Well, they do always get loud when they flash the word noise on the Jumbotron.
Many people have black and white cats in their homes. Black and white.
Many people also have lamps with 60-watt light bulbs. What kind of inane facts are you giving us?
As well as pedigreed cats.
Please stop stretching my face. And by the way, everyone knows that that ring's fake.
Years ago.
Wait a minute. You're not my cat.
The Dutch rabbit pattern in black and white cats in the 1800s in England and found it so difficult that they went out of style.
Stop looking at me. Stop looking at me.
Combination it is with the black coat.
Oh, full-grown lady leprechaun, you've got the world at your sequined feet. All right, fast forward. Okay, all right.
Now Donna is cleaning the table. Again, that's an important thing.
Because cats are filthy, filthy animals.
Also,
which way to the bathroom? Over here? Oh, just go in the litter box? All right.
Diseases or anything that could be transmitted from one cat to the other. But she doesn't want the cats to be frightened by the smell of the previous cat that she's had.
And her 3-second dusting of the top of the table should accomplish that goal.
San Francisco Revelers, Aubrey brings Cat Show is.
This is being aired on television, and yet no one thought to mic this woman. She doesn't need a microphone. She's got cat power. He will come for you.
Points, accumulating points is what.
She doesn't look like a cat person at all.
Or a national award.
Could that ribbon be any longer? It's like a wedding train. From the wedding she'll never have.
Cat number 143.
So there you see Judy Lawson in third.
Maybe it's just me, but those cats seem pretty psyched to be in those cages right now.
In second place, he had that.
Where exactly are these ribbons supposed to go? Do the cats have to wear them? Do you have to groom the ribbon too?
He's really learned a lot about grooming.
Haven't we all, Joan?
Yes, he's very
Haven't
new.
we all?
Cat. This year is cat number 150, the black Persian Rock.
You just knew she'd be wearing something bedazzled.
Winner of our show in the championship cat
And for
division.
first place, she gets a ribbon, which looks exactly like the second and third place ribbons.
With this cat.
She's the handler, not the owner.
Yeah, she's experienced.
He always wins these things when he goes up against right-handed cats.
Yeah, his fur balls break in so tight on the right-handers.
Congratulations.
Okay, after watching that, I can understand why a person would maybe want to enter their cat into a cat show.
Because they hate animals.
Exactly. But here's where I'm a little lost. Who are the spectators at this thing?
They can't just be random cat show fans.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they aren't friends with the cat owners either, because I think it's safe to say that anyone who puts makeup on their cat has no friends.
And even if they are friends of the cat owners, that's a pretty big favor to ask of someone. But if you show up to a friend's cat show, you pretty much have a ride to the airport for life.
But is it really worth it?
Coming up on Cheap Seats.
This is right out of Ben-Hur, if he were sitting down and reclining. Whip that horse! Whip that horse! Now whip each other! Welcome back. Now, we've reached our third and final stop on our journey through the magical world of pet exploitation, the Hambletonian. This horse race is named after the greatest sire in harness racing history, Hambletonian 10. Between 1849 and his death in 1876, this virile stud sired 1,331 foals. That's 3 fewer than Wilt Chamberlain. And we know that we're kind of stretching it a bit by calling a horse a pet. But then again, it's also kind of a stretch to call harness racing a legitimate sport. So sit back, grab a whip, and harness the power.
#1 driver in the sport.
They race alone?
No, that's a time trial.
First driver in history.
Does that say Le Cavalier on the bottom right there?
Hambletonians. ESPN presents the 1989 Hambletonian.
Come on, kids, this way to Funville.
Harness race with a purse of over $1 million.
That's a really expensive purse. What is it, Prada?
Old starting gate and the new one. But
nice binoculars. It's part of that handy-dandy stalker starter kit.
The difference is very apparent.
For 43 years now, the conventional mobile starting gate has provided an even start for all the horses.
Worst graphic ever.
The new slanted gate, in use at the Meadowlands for the first time this season, has a 7-foot differential.
Still have 2 more yards for a first down.
Yep, they're going to have to punt.
With the new gate, harness racing has taken a page from track events.
Yes, all the horses are involved in doping scandals.
Turn. Outside runners start ahead of inside runners to help provide a fair start. In harness racing, the outside post is never ideal.
But especially because all the races are fixed.
Is actually ahead as the race begins. An inside horse, faster at the start, will win the race to the first turn. But with good speed and an early advantage, the outside horse gets to the turn in good order while traveling 7 feet less than he would have.
We better be getting college credit for this.
More and more tracks are beginning to utilize...
Prepare yourself for the ugliest game of chicken ever.
...equipment and the first improvement in the starts of harness races since this...
Good Time Park. That's a pretty cocky name. No cockier than the old name, Happy Ending Speedway.
...provided a major step in establishing harness racing as a
the most crooked sport since High-Lie.
The slanted starting gate isn't going to rewrite the history of harness racing.
Because there is none.
The start's that much fairer. And that's an important step forward.
Yes, an important step forward into obscurity.
Lands with the Spudettes and Spuds McKenzie.
Spuds McKenzie? What the hell is Spuds McKenzie doing there? I don't know, but he's about to make more sense than old Crazy Legs on the right.
Well, what about this year, Sandy? Have you talked to Spuds about the field?
Yeah, you know, I think...
Yeah. Ask Spuds his thoughts on the field. The only field that Spuds McKenzie cares about is one he can drop a deuce in.
And I think he's the fortunate one to be here at the Meadowland.
Yes.
But he says bon vivant, and also drink a cool Bud Light.
So be sure to plunk down your nest egg in your kid's college fund and do what the beer-selling dog says.
And we have much more fun coming up.
All right, surprise, surprise. The drunk dog was wrong, and Bon Vivant got smoked. Probe won the first heat, and Park Avenue Joe won the second. So it came down to a one-on-one race-off.
Park Avenue Joe and Probe. And now
does the Buick still need to be driving?
Quicken now as these two come to the top of the lane, and Probe now edges off.
Harness racing. All the excitement of a horse race, but with training wheels.
Now are head-to-head as they turn for home. The three-quarter mark.
Why isn't there a triple crown for harness racing? Because that would be like having a triple crown for sleeping. Sad thing is, as slow as these horses are going, their maximum speed is still 40 miles per hour faster than that Buick. This is right out of Ben-Hur, if he were sitting down and reclining. Whip that horse! Whip that horse! Now whip each other!
Here's the finish! Too close to call!
Too bored to care.
Joe and Probe were on nose up.
Is it me, or do the horses look like they're going faster after the race?
A photo finish in the Hambletonian, a dramatic photo finish to finish it off. We'll wait for the photo finish on this one.
He just said finish 11 times in 15 words. That's got to be a record.
With Park Avenue Joe and Probe in a dead heat.
After watching these three events, we've uncovered what we believe to be a new wrinkle in animal cruelty: humiliation. You don't put makeup on a cat, you don't whip a horse, and you don't scare a frog from behind. When the animals rise up and take over the world, you're just asking to go down first. Let's give out some long, flowy blue ribbons of our own. I would say it's cheapy time. Cheapy for most valuable, baby. Right there. That kid's got skills with a capital Z. And the cheapy for the least valuable, baby. I'm going with this kid. He just sits there, grabbing and disrupting his dad's interview. You're at a cat show, kid. Focus. Well, that's going to do it for us. But before we go, we'd like to leave you with one final fun fact about what you saw today. Spuds McKenzie, the proverbial party animal. That canine babe magnet, that pimp of a pooch, was actually a female bull terrier. Kind of makes you rethink your whole position on the Spudettes, doesn't it? For Jason, I'm Randy. We'll see you next time on Cheap Seats. Why would you sign off for me? Because I'm still right here and I have the microphone on. They do that on the news all the time. Yeah, but it's like presumptuous. It's not presumptuous. Do you even know what presumptuous means?